Hey Leo. I really want to showcase my plants. So I am sitting like this today. These are a little delayed in taking a little lesson from a Leo. From Leos is to conserve and preserve your personal energy when you need to. And I needed some personal time. So here we are, a little midway through the season. However, I think it's still a great time. And it's maybe the perfect time to talk. Before we get started, all information to work with me is below. I do put out the second part to these videos, which is when we take a look at the cards that I've pulled, and I put them on Patreon first. There is a tier for that, and there's a tier for a personal reading, or you can do it through my calendar, and then you just do payment separately, which is all below. I also have a new podcast out if you want to take a deeper look into my mind and the way I've healed and what I've learned and all these different aspects that I like to come together. I have a couple episodes out so far. That link will be below as well. So let's get into your reading first. If I didn't say it already, happy birthday. Happy birthday to the amazing sunshine that people get so drawn to and so comforted by. This is more of a little personal this month. However, it's not something that you shy away from. It's not something that you're looking to shy away from. Hold on one second. It's not something that you're not used to. There is so much happening in your life and the ways in which you work and how you want to work and how you choose to extend your energy. And that is becoming a lot more of your focus. A lot more of how you want to offer yourself and offer what you have, or give what you have to offer to others. There is this huge moment that you find yourself shifting what used to be more of a subtle energy for you. You find it becoming more prominent in your life. What do I mean by that? So this first part of the month, and maybe even towards the end of the month, if you know a Leo, or if you are a Leo, have any Leo in your chart, you may find yourself pulling back into that more of a personal space. That maybe the first part of the season started out with a bang. You're so excited to get into it. I know Cancer season, was huge. And I know it still has basically just began. However, you find yourself having fun in ways which you get to use your skills. That fun to you, enjoyment to you, is still doing the things that you love for leisure. And yet there's this emphasis on how you add to your structure, how you add to what's real and important for you right now, what's allowed you this greater sense of confidence in yourself, this greater sense of knowing that what you have to offer, people are drawn to, that you may even be experiencing something in the energy that you bring to other people where you shine a light on them in a way that, yes, whether it is positive or negative, dark or light, it still brings a positive to their life. Even if someone has not had the best words or had the best moments with a Leo, you can still look back and say, damn, that person was calm, cool, collected when they just said ... You may find yourself less critical of how you've dealt with things or how you've handled things as well. You can experience this, especially the shift in your mind and what you've been thinking about and how you've been giving your energy and your love. And now that we've, talked about that a lot more this past year and how you choose to look at that, you notice that the only people or situations you want close to you are the things that bring you the warmth that you bring others. I think that more and more in your life you're noticing, and if you've already known this, beautiful, but if you don't know Leos well enough to know, they know and they're learning the warmth that they bring to other people's lives. So I think, and what I see that's happening is that you're beginning to draw that into your own life, into your skills. You're harnessing it creatively in a more independent way. You're bringing it into your family life. You're really weaving this very bright yellow energy, this comforting, into your life in a way where you have control. Where you control the bonfire. You have control over this. And what you can control, I think we talked about that a little bit recently. What you can't control is important, because what you can't control, that may also come up. The 5 of Cups here is saying that you may experience a moment, or you have experienced a moment in your most recent times where you almost wished you were the way you used to be, or you wish something was the way it used to be. Whether it's with a situation or a person or a part of you, there's something that you're grieving. And through this process of creating this your identity, and if you don't, you're learning more and more what it is. It's becoming very clear to the outside world, which is shaping you, and then you have control of whatever you're being shaped as. You're noticing how this specific thing that you're going through, whether it's something very personal, which it seems that it is, and very internal awareness, you're noticing how it's affected you. But through this, again, creative process and utilizing these skills that you've acquired throughout the years and making other people feel comfortable or welcome in a space or unwelcome, and you're using this part of you and you're putting in and weaving in that more grounded, even more grounded side of you. And you're incorporating that more. What does that do for you? Well, it allows for a greater sense of understanding the vulnerability that you bring, the level of fulfillment and abundance that's available to you always, but especially this month, is extensive. It reaches out for many, many years to come. And it's this ability to share. There's this really beautiful thing where when you create something, whether you're an artist and you can call yourself an artist, or you're creating a business, or you're in a business where you get to develop or utilize your own skills and then you give them away, right? You set free to what you created. You set free to what you have controlled and altered for so long. Or feelings. And it's admitting it and having these moments with yourself first, of course. However, there is specific situations that may arise as well. This is only going to strengthen your idea and your vision of what love looks like, what fulfillment looks like, what the future looks like, what great insights you have about what kept you, or what has kept you confined, or what keeps you confined, or what has kept you stuck, or what keeps certain things from moving. Mostly in the structure of the family, the structure in the home, how that relates to you on a personal level, and how what you're creating now has so much of a deeper sense of who you are. There's a deeper sense of understanding of what you are, what is your control, what is your medium, and what you're putting out there. It's so much more fulfilling than anything that has come before this. It's more fulfilling than, and this is the spiritual. This is what I think you've been really waiting for. I think this is what the answer that you've wanted. Maybe you've known this, but now you're experiencing it on a different level. This month is this spiritual meets physical for you. It's a very much like you're in your art studio, and that could be life. It could be you experiencing, traveling. However, I do think this is a very close to home. Or you could be traveling to see family or places where you feel closer to home, closer to yourself. All in all, it's, and also be careful because you may be able to, you may trigger some people if you say certain things. So I think that the more grounded you are in love this month, the more grounded you are in this awareness that you have, and you're appreciated, and you have the courage to give without restraint, to give with this unconditional way. And I'm not saying that you have to do it to everyone you come across, but it's to those that have that warm energy that you like to keep close to you, that who've become very important to you, who've grown with you, who've set a foundation with you, who understand you, and they're not asking more of you right now, more of you than what you can give. Because you don't need, if you can avoid those kind of interactions this month, you don't need that extra drama, I guess, right now. And if there is something you do need to tend to, I say do it when you feel able to be more sensitive. Not that you're not, but there are times when certain things can come out of your mouth and it's not as sensitive as that situation needs, and it can really burn things this month. Or there can be a deepening of love and a greater understanding of one another as well. So again, it's just about you taking the time that you need when you need it, knowing that this is the you that you are now, and accepting that, knowing that that's how you are all year round. So in your season, you can be extra amounts of that. And I say go for it. And experiencing this receptivity of love and this sense of appreciation for yourself and what you've created and what you're able to create with yourself, other people, your family, your perspective, the vulnerability that this is, and how as Mercury moves into Virgo on the 4th of August, you'll find even more ways to use this, to use what then on the 11th Venus goes into Leo. You then are able to, it exudes from you. So you get to use it and experience it, and it's just, this energy is all around you. People are coming to you like moth to a flame, and it's in the ways that you want. You're not necessarily you're looking to have a good time, but you also want to do and utilize this purpose. And you're finding that more than ever, this art, this creativity, that bonding, or the art and creativity and spirituality is all just the same thing. And you've known that, but I think it's becoming so much part of your life that you might feel more gratitude. And if you especially for the moments that you've had lows this year, especially moments when you needed to have vulnerability, because you're still going to need to. There are times where you're going to have to pull back because you're going to need that energy for something else. So just notice this month, and you'll see that you won't be burnt out by the end of the month. That instead you'll have plenty of energy. From 8 of Swords to 8 of Wands, that you won't just be shooting from a place because there's an outburst or because you felt secluded or self-critical, but it's from a place where there's direction and you have something to say and something to do. All right, Leo? All information again is below to work with me, and I hope that you have a great season. See you next month.